Hi everybody, welcome to another unloading video I have for you today. My name is Sally Roper and I'm coming to you from Ocho Rios in Jamaica. And the reason I wanted to do this video with you today is that I'm trying to replicate some of the glaze combinations that I did in just the most recent unloadings that I've done. I have not had a peek at my kiln yet. It is at 101 degrees, so it's still safe to unload. I have my gloves nearby just in case the pieces or the shelves are still a bit warm. Anyway, I'm just going to get right to it. As I said, I'm trying to replicate some of the glaze combinations that I've done in the past, and I will show them to you before we unload. So one of the things is that I made these recently, and the reason I'm showing you a picture is because they were sold immediately. And I'm trying to replicate this because somebody else contacted me and said that they want to have it. And so because I take meticulous notes on my glazing practice, I had no problem in replicating how I did it. It's a different kiln load, it is a different firing, and therefore expect the unexpected. The other thing that I'm trying to copy is the firing on this. Now I had this bowl and it's the largest of three, which I glazed them all at the same time. I just didn't have room in my kiln for all three. So I have fired the other two. So let's just see if I can get it with the same kiln settings that I did. What I did is I fired to 2180 degrees Fahrenheit with about a 10-minute hold, which takes it to a cone 6. Now I have some witness cones in my kiln, so we're going to see how well I did. But let's give it a go and open up the kiln and see what I have. I don't have a lot because I have a lot of big pieces, so hopefully this video, I always say it, won't take too long, and I always manage to find some way to make it longer than it needs to be. So let me get right to it and open up this kiln. I'm nervous because, as I say, I'm trying to replicate something I did in the past, and let's just see if I was successful. Oh, and I think I was. Yay! So the first thing I'm going to take out is the bowl. So this is what I'm trying to replicate, and this is what I got. So it is perfect. Like I said, I glazed these together at the same time, and let me see, I don't have my glaze notes with me. Bear with me 1 second and let me get them. Okay, the bowls were dipped in opulent sea spray. They were dipped in opulent sea spray, and then I did 2 inches of light flux on the rim. I did 2 coats. The light flux was not very thick. I think it was fairly thin. I probably had a little too much water, but anyway, it has worked well. And then what I did was a 3-inch band of indigo float. So dipped in opulent sea spray, Mako's light flux on the rim, and then over top of that was Amico's indigo float. So like I said, it's wonderful that these glazes marry well together. I don't remember that I put flux on the outside. I think it's just indigo float over the sea spray. So that will show you the color. And again, that's it on the inside. This is really beautiful. And again, the opulent sea spray is their 600 series. It's reduction look. I just love how it comes out. Now, did I do it? I think I did. Okay, so here is, let me get my iPad open again. Sorry, it closed while okay, so this is what we were shooting for, and this is what I got. So I'm happy. It's, again, not glazed at exactly the same time, but I got the drips. What I did was, again, a full dip in opulent sea spray. Then between all of these triangles of dots, I put light flux just as a triangle in the gaps. And then I took blue rutile and I painted over that, probably about a 3-inch band over that. And the flux is causing these lovely stripes to come down. And the blue rutile is just a natural run. So I'm really happy. I was really scared about that because somebody has asked me to replicate something. And I'm always nervous to do that because you just never know what you're going to get. So that's turned out really well. And this is just B-mix slip. And I just applied the dots on right after I trimmed the piece. So they dried as the piece dried and went through the bisque and everything. So that's a pretty easy application to do. And the glaze naturally breaks over the dots. So you can see over here that the dots are elevated a little bit. There's a little bit of a bump. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. And I have several of them. So one, here's number 2. Same thing, I don't need to go over it. And number 3. So this is number 3. I'm really happy with how these came out. Alrighty. Now the other one I have is, let me get to my utility crock, a full dip in eggshell. All right. Now what I didn't do and I failed to do was, okay, I can do eggshell texture turquoise. Okay, so this is eggshell, which is an opulence reduction look glaze, the full dip, and then again in the little triangles here I put flux, and then I did Amico's textured turquoise, and you can see. So the textured turquoise doesn't run as much as the blue rutile, but it's still really pretty. So that's that one there. All right, now what I have here is my witness cones. So I got more than a 6. This is probably a 6 and a bit. This is a 5 cone, and this is the 6. So in the past, no, I don't think I can show you. I've thrown them all out. I usually fire to 5.5, and on this occasion, because I needed to replicate what I did a few firings ago, is I went to cone 6. Opulence reduction glazes really love a cone 6, and a slow cool, and you get the optimum performance of the glaze. And I'm using B-mix 5, so I can't take it any farther than that, otherwise the B-mix might bloat. So anyway, I've taken it to about as far as it can go, and it's turned out well. Okay, all right. Now this is another one. I'm not sure what I did here. I wonder if it's blue rutile. See, this one is textured turquoise, and this one is blue rutile. So this one is a little more blue, and this is a little more, obviously, a little more turquoise, a little bit of green in it. But same technique, using the light flux in splotches, and then doing a full coverage of the secondary color. They turned out really, really nice. I'm really happy with these. And I can sell these individually. I do like to make them in pairs, but not everybody wants to buy 2, so at least I have options. And this is sea spray with light flux and again textured turquoise, and I got a lot more run. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see the run goes down to here. Yeah, that's with textured turquoise and opulence sea spray. So that's cool. You can see the color on the inside, the green on the inside. And these are perfect utility crocs. Put them beside your stove. Put your spatulas and all of your cooking tools. in it, and that's great. So this is the third of the 3 bowls. So here's the one I took out earlier, and then I have this one here. So as I told you, sea spray, a little bit of light flux, and then indigo float. And I just love how that color comes down, and lots of run on the outside. So indigo float loves to run when it's put on top of another glaze. That's really pretty. You hold it still so you get a good view. And there's the inside. That's a winning combination. And then I just made these little, I call them purse charms. So they're just little cutouts of stars, snowflakes, and then I just kind of dipped it lightly. And this one is in, I'm not sure which one this is. I think this is in Marigold, the Celadon from Amico, Marigold. This is Jess Chun Plum. This one is interesting. I have a little bit of run. It flowed a lot, so it came on the back and it stuck to my shelf, but I have advancer shelves, so I don't have to worry about that. There's no harm to the shelf, but I'll just get my Dremel and tidy that one up. That one's Weeping Plum, and this one is Sea Spray. So I call these purse charms. So ladies, you can give them to your girlfriends and just say, just keep it in your purse, and it's a charm, and let you know that I'm thinking about you. They're fun. See them all there. Okay. You just bear with me a second while I take out some of these pieces of kiln posts. Okay. Now in here I have some spoon rests. This is blue rutile. This is a saucer for one of the lamps that I made in the last video that I showed you, and the original saucer that I made was way too big, so I had to remake it, and I did it in this firing. So now I can pair it up with the lamp that I did. But it's just 3 heavy coats of blue rutile. Really pretty. And it's all brushed on. And then I've made some spoon rests, which is a first for me. So this one is Weeping Plum. I just put a little bit of pattern. I made the saucer, threw it on my wheel, and then I got my tools, some of my stamps and MKM rolling tools, and created a nice design on the inside, but it's got the spout where you can rest your spoon on it. So this is my first time making these, so I have a show this weekend, and let's just see if they sell. So this one is Poppy. I believe I made this one in brushed on 3 coats of Amico Poppy. It's a Celadon, and it just shows the texture really nicely. Okay, let me just look at my notes. Spoon rest, eggshell, chicory. Okay, sea spray, poppy, bluestone, rhubarb, marigold, chicory, eggshell, sea spray. I'm not sure which one this is, which color this is. I think it's turquoise, which is part of Opulence. It's number 441. And it's, I've got a lovely, oh God, ginkgo. Is it ginkgo? Design here, and then just a stamp that I did in the middle. Kind of pretty. Okay, and this is Marigold by Amico. It's again part of their Celadon series. And again, you have the spout here that you can lay your spoon on. This one is Opulence Eggshell, part of their Reduction Look series. I keep saying that just in case you didn't catch it the first time, second time, or third time. Anyway, those are nice. All right, this is rhubarb. Got a big run, you can see on the back. I got a little bit of work to do with my Dremel to tidy that up. This obviously is a very runny glaze. I've never had a problem with it before doing that, but I will revisit it. Anyway, this is rhubarb. It's a coyote. I'm not sure who does rhubarb. I love the glaze. I just don't like what it did on the back. And then there's a big mark on my shelf, which I'll show you when I take it out. And this is chicory, which is opulence, one of their environment colors. And it's supposed to be like a combination of like black and brown, but this has really just kind of come out black. I don't see a lot of brown. So either I applied it too thick, which I think may be a problem. It doesn't run. It's a very, very stable glaze, but it's almost like a matte. This is coming out like a matte black. I like it. It's nice. Okay. So let me show you my shelf, my advancer shelf here. And this is where the rhubarb stuck to it. What I will do, sorry, I have a post stuck to the underside. Okay, is I'll just use the scraper that I got when I bought my advancer shelves, and pardon the noise, I will just rub that on it and it will take care of all of that and clean off my shell beautifully. So this is a scraper tool that you buy when you buy your advancer shelves. Okay, and we're in the last row already. And this is, I don't like it. This is blue stone. It's an Amico glaze. I don't use it very often, but it's kind of a combination of green and gray. There's a few little specks of blue inside the textured area, and that's it on the outside. And obviously where the spoon goes. So, I mean, I didn't know what to expect, so I can't be disappointed. It's just maybe turned out a little darker than I anticipated it to be, but that's okay still. Somebody will like it. Okay. I have these two planters, and this is Opulent Sea Spray. People in Jamaica love green and they love blue. And I used some sprigs and I painted Stroke and Coat, what is it, lime, the planter, limelight and glowworm. So the flowers are glowworm and the butterflies are limelight. And then I covered them with wax and then I dipped the whole thing in sea spray. And so this is where you have a planter where the saucer is attached to the planter. It's fairly easy to make. It's really not very difficult, but you have the holes where the water can come out. But it's nice. It'd be a nice one for a couple of succulents would go in it. It's maybe 5 inches wide and 4 inches tall. So that's really nice. And then the other one I did is eggshell. And then I put a little bit of flux. When I say a little bit, a tiny strip of flux just around here and above where I put some texture. And then I dipped the rim only to the underside of this texture line of chicory. I wanted to see if I would get any run if I put chicory on top of eggshell, and I did get some run. I really like it. I'm very happy with how this turned out. It's a little more of a solid line on the inside, but I didn't use any flux on the inside. I only put the flux on the outside. So I'm kind of happy with that. And there's a little bit of, you can see a little bit of light blue breaking underneath the little beaded texture that I put onto it. And that texture is done with a sprig mold. So it's kind of fun. I'm really happy with that. And again, it's 5 inches, maybe 5.5 inches by 4 inches tall. That's nice. Okay, one more piece. All right. So this is a piece that I'm known for making. I call it my leaf bowl. I always have one or two in every show that I do. I have one more that I'm firing, bisque firing tonight, and then I'll fire it again on Thursday and be ready for my show on Sunday. Anyway, I dipped this a full dip in Opulence eggshell, and then I did probably a 2-inch, maybe not even quite, I think like to here, just to about halfway down the first row of cutouts, I did in seaweed. And then I decided when I was putting textured turquoise on this piece here, when I put textured turquoise on this piece here, I thought, well, you know what, why don't I add just a little bit, just a little layer of it around the top. So really a ½ inch of the textured turquoise across the top. So it is full dip in Opulence eggshell. It is a 2 layers of seaweed, Amico seaweed, and then just on the rim, ½ inch on the rim is Amico textured turquoise, and that's a beautiful bowl. It's great for potpourri, putting fruit in, whatever you want to use it for. Why I make them is not necessarily why people buy them. Anyway, that's lovely, and that's the last piece. So that's all I have to share with you today. I'm really happy with, as I said, replicating or recreating the look of the combinations of glazes that I did. Nothing ever comes out identical because your kiln is firing at a different temperature, a different rate, and everything. The only success I had was probably glazing things at the same time, even though they couldn't fit in the kiln, the same kiln load. So my bowls were a huge success. My utility crocs were a big success. I'm a happy camper. So I want to thank you all for joining me. I've kept this one to just a little over 20 minutes, which is unusual for me. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you wish to subscribe to my channel and you haven't done so already, I invite you to do that. And you can also get notified when I post a new video. I'll be probably doing one again on Saturday morning, as I have one more batch of stuff to go into my kiln that I will be having for a show this weekend. So thank you all very much. Enjoy your day. Have a wonderful time, whatever it is that you're doing, and just be happy. Thank you all, and bye from Jamaica.